All right, take two. It's August 10th. It's Wednesday. Church tonight. I look forward to Wednesdays and Sundays. Yeah, we're made some progress. We come over. We said we were going to let that stuff set up, and the foam was all glued in place real good. So we went ahead and took the 90 grinder, because it's got obviously a smaller pad on it, and roughed it in. Then we used the DA sander a little bit bigger radius to smooth out the grain or the lines left in it from the 90. And then we went by hand and used the sanding block, half round sanding block. I don't know what I did with it now. Rubber sanding block with the rough 36 or 24 grit sandpaper on it backwards, and finished really smoothing it up. This is actually, that surface right now is ready for clay. I'm not going to do clay yet until I can lay back down in it and mark the depth where my shoulders are. If my body stops here, it doesn't make a lot of sense to fill all this with clay and round it over me. A little bit, yes, but an extra 3 or 4 inches this doesn't make a lot of sense. Remember, we only get 12 or 16 inches from the ground. This would be from the floor tray for body work, so we certainly don't want to be above the body work, right? I don't know if we're sitting level or not, but this looks to be about 9.5 inches deep to here. A little less to there, probably 8.5 to there. So I don't know. We'll see. The reason I think we're only going to need to go here, and we can carve a bunch of this out if we wanted to, is because of the old headrest perch that we made for the old seat. The old seat had a big flat area here, went out this about to here to mount the water bottle on for our water system, and our headrest, what I call I don't know what I called this thing, a lift, whatever. When we laid in our seat, our helmet was that high, 4 inches, I think is the number. I got a tape measure here. Just give me a second. I don't want you to think I'm cheating the system. So it's about 4 inches, maybe a little bit more, but there's padding up underneath there. So if we went down 4 inches from here, that's going to put us right in that area that I'm talking about, right? So I'm guessing anything above the 3 inches, the extra 3 inches here probably isn't going to be used. I don't know what we're going to do, whether we're going to carve that stuff out of there again until I get in it and we can run a magic marker around me for depth. Then we really don't know what we're going to do, but can't do that without some help. Don't laugh, Bob. It's going to happen to everybody sooner or later. The hips go, the back goes, the cervical, shoulders, knees, whatever it might be. In my case, it's the back. I've been this heavy multiple times in my life and never had a problem racing go-karts and getting out of them. It isn't because I'm fat. It's because I got screws and rods in my back and I don't bend. And I just can't find a way to get out of these go-karts that doesn't cause trouble. So there you go. Well, I think, like I mentioned, I think we're going to have to fill this here, this big void here, so it looks more like that. But until we lay inside, we really don't know. I do remember that the wood was kind of in the way of my elbows, just sitting in there. So really getting a good idea of having enough room to move your elbows when you're turning the steering wheel. Extremely important, man. Very important. Not just for any lay-down go-kart, but specifically and more so for the F-125, because it's a heavy car. It's fast, top speed fast, and these cars these modified 125s have a lot of torque, man, and going up the hill at Grattan before the front straightaway, it comes up and it goes back down and it drops into a corner before the corner coming on the front straightaway. When you get light there in one of these, you start going out the back of the seat if you're not holding on. And then you'll see as we get onto the straightaway, we're moving our butt, we're inching our way back toward the pedals again. We pull our helmet down and we get busy again. But so important to have a good form-fitting seat. Is going to be great. I mean, the better it fits, the more comfortable you're going to be, and the better your driving is going to be. If you don't have to concentrate on moving yourself back behind the steering wheel or back down toward the pedals or whatever, if you can just stay where you stay put, it's going to be a lot better for you. So at this point, we've rounded everything out. Like I said, it's ready for clay, but I want to be sure I know what I'm doing here before we go ahead and do that. Yeah, I've shot this video like 2 or 3 times now, so I can't remember exactly where I was at, but we know this much. We got to get this thing in here. It's got to fit between the fuel tank and the engine, and you see that does not look, and granted it goes up there, but it doesn't look like there's as much room there as we've got here. So doesn't matter how nice a seat you make, if it doesn't fit in the go-kart, you got trouble. So that's it for now. We're gonna wait for Rich to get home from work, and so he can hoist me back up out of this thing, but lay down in here with a marker and do some marking, make some notes on the wood, whether we need to fill here, we need to grind, take, remove there. We want to hurry up and get this thing in clay and in tape, you know, right away. We've got Rich welding today over at my place on the secret project over there. So busy. If we get done with this, if everything goes well, and you know, if we get done with this thing in a timetable that allows us, then maybe we will go ahead and get the clutch on the Yama Dog and take that out there to Gingerman with us. We don't really need to. I was thinking more and more, talking it over with Rich, just wait until he can afford his clutch parts, order all the parts at the same time, get everything going. And if we don't take the Yama Dog until we go out to Grattan in October, that buys us time to put this beautiful bodywork on the cart and get it fixed up, man. Get it ready to go. So that's it for the 10th. That's all we got for you. Maybe later on, if me and Rich make progress, I'll bring you back and show you what's going on. But you see how she's taking shape now? You see how she's taking shape? You're right down in there. Right down in there. Yep, she's got nice shape to it. I can see it. I hope you all can see the ridges and lines to it. You can see what's going on here. Some of the stuff that's low still needs to be filled, but again, we just at this point we got to get back in it before we can go final on this thing. So thanks for hanging out with us. Godspeed. God bless. We'll talk to you all later. It'll get better, folks.